My name is John Joseph Vogt, nicknamed Jake. It's been with me for years. I served in Vietnam, Desert Storm, Iraqi Freedom. I had a lot of good experiences. I had some sad experiences. It's all about our country, and I'm proud to say I served.
Did you, how did you get into the military? Did you?
I was drafted when I was 19 years old into the Marine Corps back in 1966. I went to boot camp at San Diego, infantry training at Camp Pendleton, comm school at Camp Pendleton, and then I went to, I was deployed to Vietnam. I went in the service on the 26th of January, the 26th of July. I was boots on the ground in Vietnam. It was a learning experience from day one, and it was a learning experience from the day you left Vietnam. I served with a lot of great people, friends that I've made, friends that I have, people that I haven't seen in all these years, but I think about them quite often. I wonder where they ended up at, what happened to them, or what they're doing today. They're just a lot of good people. We shared our stuff. We got a package from home. We shared it with our fellow servicemen, and I always thought that was a great thing to come, and the camaraderie we had. I met a soldier from New York, and me being from Wisconsin, we kidded each other a lot back and forth. He kidded me about being a farm boy and doing my chores all the time, and I kidded him because before he come in the Marine Corps, he was a paper boy and just out of high school like myself, and we had a lot of camaraderie between the two of us. We kind of kept everybody in our area laughing quite a bit.
So were you still active duty when you became Iraqi Freedom? And
yes, I was in the National Guard.
Oh, National Guard.
Deployed.
Okay.
We got deployed.
Okay.
Yeah,
what was your job in the National Guard then?
we were engineers. I was a construction equipment supervisor. We built FOBs, they call them, and they were forward observation bases. And what they do is we'd go in and level the area off for them, and then they could bring their equipment or whatever they were going to put there. Why, we'd have it set up for them, and then we'd have a perimeter established, and then they could take over from there. And that was our job.
Okay. How long were you over there?
We were just over there about a month short of a year.
Okay.
in Iraq. About 6 months in Desert Storm, about 13 months in Vietnam, a little over 13 months in Vietnam. So yeah, that was.
So that's an interesting story in itself that you were in Vietnam and with the desert conflicts as well.
Right. That's what I'm always proud to tell that story too. That I was in 3 of them, and most people look at me and say, "Well, how old were you when you went to Iraq?" I said, "Well, I had my 57th birthday over there, so I was the old man in the outfit."
Yeah, I'll say.
And so.
Were you an officer or enlisted?
No, I was enlisted. I was enlisted all the way through.
Okay.
The main reason I went back in the National Guard was to help support my children, get them through college, and now they're both through college, and they take care of me pretty well. So that's where I'm at with that.
Great. And then have you been to DC before? Or?
Yes, I was to DC once before. I went as a guardian on a flight out of Dubuque, Iowa at one time.
Okay.
And I had two people that I was guardian for. I had one man was very self-sufficient, and the other gentleman, he needed a wheelchair, and I pushed him in a wheelchair all day around the whole tour. And we had a great time. I enjoyed it immensely, and that's why I want to go myself.
Right.
The deal with these 2 gentlemen were both Korean War veterans, and they wanted to see the Korean Memorial, and they told us when we went as a guardian, you take them where they want to go, not where, don't go break it off.
Right.
You know, because I wanted to go to the wall.
Right.
And there was no way I could go to the wall with those guys. They wanted, and I respected their wishes too. They were both of them were very nice people to work with.
Okay. So how did you then hear about Badger Honor Flight, or what are you looking forward to?
Well, I heard about Badger Honor Flight from a friend of mine that I'm in the VFW with. He told me he went and he brought back, he had some application papers there. He brought back to our VFW meeting, and he gave me one, and I filled it out and sent it in. And so I didn't know how long it would take. And then when they called me up, they said, "Were you ever on a honor flight?" And I said, "Yes, I was, but I went as a guardian, and I paid to go on that."
Right.
And he said, the person I was talking to on the phone said, he said that if you went, he says, "I don't know if you're eligible to go again." And then he says, "But I'll call you back." So about 2 hours passed or so, and he called me back and he says, "Yeah, being you paid to go on that one and went as an honor guard, why, you're still eligible." So
Yes.
here I am.
Good.
Good.
Good. Well, we're looking forward to the flight and hopefully.
Oh, am I ever looking forward to this? Especially I want to go to the wall.
Yep.
There's 3 guys I got to look up on that wall, and especially this friend of mine that I was talking to, that we were kind of the entertainment in our area there. Why, we lost him over there, and I want to see his name on that wall.
Right.
And I want that's what I really want to see out there.
Yes.
The rest of the stuff is going to be great too, and I mean going to Arlington
Yep.
and the Unknown Soldier and all that stuff. I'm looking forward to that immensely too. But I really want to see David's name on that wall,
Yep.
and that's my main objective.